Hi Josh, we're back on the Homestead SMP server for some more lightly modded Minecraft. Today, we're going to wrap up two projects that we started in the last two episodes. We're going to start this episode by working some more on the road between here and town, including where we connect to a road leading to Zavella's property. And then, we're going to move back underground and keep working on this drilling project. Because a slime farm ain't gonna build itself. At the end of the episode, we have a really amazing building to add to the town, and I'm very, very excited to show it to you. So why don't we just jump right in? I had the opportunity to talk to Zinvella for a little while tonight, and we decided, among other things, to widen the road. So this is what the road looks like now. It's 2 blocks wider, so I just followed the same contours that we already had, including at the corners. As you can see, I just broadened it out, and all I did was come along and like chop here, chop here, chop here, chop here, so forth and so on, so that it follows the exact same contours it used to. So it looks a little bit more impressive on the map now. It doesn't look quite as much like a path. I still have to broaden this bridge and decide whether or not I'm going to broaden any of my paths. I think I'm going to broaden the path here, and I might broaden the tunnel, and then I'll broaden this bit of path up here. And then from here, all of this is just for aesthetics anyways. So we are going to connect Zinvella's Road, as I have discussed, along the south shore of this little swamp lake, and then through that shallow valley that we've talked about. And when I mentioned that to them, they said that they had had the exact same thought. So we are already on the same page, and that's fantastic. As for protecting the road, I have come up with a design. I did it in a creative world, and we're going to use some of the upgraded fences, some fruit logs, and some leaves. And I've come up with a design that won't necessarily protect the road from regular mobs. This seems a little funky. That's a little bit better, don't you think? Anyhow, we've come up with a design that will not necessarily protect the road from everyday mobs like skeletons and zombies, and unfortunately creepers, but it will keep the crocodiles off the road and protect us from their bite. Here's the widened bridge. I still need to do a little bit of work here and there. Try to make the place look a little bit more pleasant. And I am trying to broaden out the land a little bit all along the road, because we are going to need to protect ourselves from those crocodiles, and that's going to require something that's a block or two off of the road. So I will give you another update once I start figuring out how to make this protective barrier look decent with all the terrain height changes and the curves in the path and all of the water in the swamp. And now the bridge is widened. I'm not sure how I feel about it, actually. I'm not used to having a bridge of this design, this wide. It's going to take some getting used to. Also, this is going to take some getting used to. I decided to widen this section of the path only up until we get to the tunnel, and then I'm going to leave the tunnel 3 blocks wide. And I will just leave all of this as is. I figure once we're in the property, we don't need it to be wide. We don't need it to be road width. It can just be logging camp standard. And then this will be road to town standard. So that's what we're going with. It's still strange. I'm sure I'll get used to it. But, man, it's so weird to have such a wide bridge. And now I'm going to get to work on the protection. I don't think that I need to really worry about it through here, especially because it's only meant to protect against crocodiles. But once I get to about here, that's where it'll start, before we get to the swamp, and then all the way through the swamp, all the way up to this bridge. And I don't know if I might put a few over here, or I might not. I mean, the swamp very obviously ends here, so I may not do anything. I may just go up to the bridge. And then once we start building the road to connect to Zinvella's property, I will make sure to put protection there too. I haven't worked on the road to Zinvella's place at all yet, but the road between our plot and town is fully decorated, at least through the swamp area. I plan to continue doing some decoration along here, but if you look here, it's lit up beautifully. I don't think it's going to cover all of the dark spots. Obviously, it looks like there's a lot of darkness in between the lanterns, but I am a super, super big fan of this design. I cannot put a leaf here. A leaf here breaks the world. This whole project would have been done last night, but I had placed all the leaves all along all of these fences and fruit tree logs, and I placed all the wooden posts, and I was in the process of working my way north from town along here, placing lanterns, and I got to that one over there, the one that my crosshair's on. And this is the first block inside a new chunk, as you can see. I was, 2 chunks away placing that lantern, and I guess this chunk loaded, and it crashed the game. So I tried to solve that for a while, and I wasn't able to resolve it until today when Pride logged on, read the crash report that I sent her, and was able to identify this leaf block that was placed here. So she broke it, and apparently it was tessellating, so it was causing my game to overload and crash. She broke it. I came over and tried to place a new one. It crashed my game again. She broke it, and I left myself a sign. So I love what this road has turned into. I hate that I can't place a leaf block there. But, oh no. Can't have random stones sticking out. I have had to do quite a bit of terraforming in order to make it possible to place all this stuff and not have stuff jumping up on top of it from hills and stuff. I don't think I have to push this hill back any further. That should be fine. But we'll see if any crocodiles ever manage to get up on that hill. I don't think crocodiles really climb the hills. I think they stay mostly down near the waterline. And I'm just going to ignore mobs as they spawn. Ooh, close call. I am still going to do a little bit of work. I realized that I would much rather have slabs here to make it so that I don't, if I'm on foot, I don't have to jump. And so I'm going to use frame slabs for that and just decorate them with gravel. And that's going to make the entire road much more pleasant and passable. And I still have to do a lot more decoration along the stretches of road that aren't swamp, but I wanted to get the swamp taken care of so that we could protect ourselves from crocodiles. And now, in addition to the decoration of the non-swamp sections of road, I want to get working on the section between here and Zinvella's property. So that's the next project. I think this makes for a much more pleasant run. All right, I have this done all the way to our property line. For the entirety of the gravel road, these have been placed, and it should make the trip a lot easier. I still have to figure out what to do for the dirt path on our property, because you can't pick up path blocks. You can't even silk touch them. So I'm not sure what will look good there. Maybe stripped oak? So that'll take a little bit of experimentation. I had to carve through a bit of a mountain to get Zinvella's road started. And that's fine. That's totally fine. We can't always have easy terraforming projects. Sometimes it's going to be a challenge. This was the only semi-simple way that we could break our way through to get over there and head towards Zinvella's property. This was really it. I had to cover over a bit of a ravine right here, but from here we should be able to curve around like this and maintain not too drastic an elevation change, and I don't think we should have to carve through too much more mountain. And actually, I think this might end up looking pretty cool. We could connect over here and make like a covered trellis road or something. That'll take a little bit of thought, but I think it has potential. I got so used to riding around on Steve that I thought going anywhere on foot was super slow, and I really resented having to go anywhere by foot. But now that I've got this road, it doesn't feel like I'm wasting a lot of time. I've been making a lot of progress on the road to Zinvella's place. So as you come along here, it cuts off to the left, and I still need to figure out what to do about this hill that I had to cut through. But the place is starting to look really nice. I've got a lot of the frame slabs in place. I've got a lot of the leaves and posts in place. I did run out of posts and had to go home and make some more, so that's why I had gravel up as a placeholder. And I think this is where I'm gonna stop the road decorations, the swamp protective road decorations for this leg of the road. It comes up into another either birch forest or tall birch forest right here, and I don't think that we really need those. I am going to leave future lighting and decoration up to Zinvella, because this is the road to their place, but I do want to at least make it look nice and make it easily traversable. This branch of the road now extends almost all the way to Zinvella's claim. I did not connect it because I'm not sure what they're planning to do with the rest of their property. But it's right in sight, so Zinvella is welcome to do whatever they want from here. I left it nice and clean so that they can do any kind of connection they want. I didn't want to mess with their already existing path at all, so I figured I would just leave it like this. And they're welcome to make any additions or subtractions or alterations that they want, because this is their road too. I just wanted to put in some of the work. So now we're both connected to town, and that feels really good. What? What? Well, somebody's abusing free parking. We both know that I'm a big fan of this road design that I came up with, and we both know that I'm a fan of the decoration, but I was really unsatisfied with this cut through the hill that I made. So I decided to design it a little. This is, at least for the purposes of telling a story, this is holding back the mountain. I know it doesn't really necessarily tell that story, but I wanted it to be overgrown and decorated and pretty. I didn't want to just leave it blank. So I tried to make one of those, you know, the highway nettings where they're worried about rock slides, so they put up a netting to prevent the rocks from falling. That's kind of what I tried to do here, but I wanted that trellis feeling, so I put a whole bunch of leaves up here. And this way we can still put the posts every so many blocks and put up the lanterns so that it matches the rest of the road design and the rest of the lighting scheme. And I really like it. I had planned on doing a whole bunch of refining work, testing in a creative world, and I just decided to come over here and do it. And I'm really, really glad that I did, because I think freeforming worked for this project. I think it ended up turning out pretty well. I didn't want to bring any of the leaves too low because Zinvella has mentioned making the trip between their property and town on elephant back, which I didn't know was a thing, but apparently it is, and I think they're taller than horses, and I did not want Zinvella smacking their head on any fences or leaves. So I tried not to drop it too low. But I think it turned out really, really well. And I didn't want to overdo it because I didn't want it to just feel like a roof that we made. You know, I don't want it there to be a ceiling of leaves. So I left plenty of gaps for the light to come through. I know leaves are transparent, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I really like how this turned out. Now I think it's time to move on to something else. We are going to call this road project complete. I have talked to Zinvella, and they know that the road is freely available for them to modify as they see fit and connect to their property in their own way. And so I'm going to call this road project complete. It may not be done. I may do stuff in the future, like I may decorate from here all the way back to the property, or from the other side of the swamp all the way to town. I don't know, but I don't have any plans. So I'm going to call this project done, and we're going to move on to something else. Zinvella said they would come ride an elephant through here and test to see if it was safe and passable. And I've never seen anybody ride one of the elephants before, and I'm very excited for it. Oh, Here they come. Here they come. Holy crap. Those things are so big. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Yay, it's passable. They even trumpet. That's amazing. These things are fantastic. Holy crap, they look so good. Oh, hi. Are you making friends with Steve? I want an elephant now. But I don't think Steve's garage is big enough for an elephant. I don't think Zinvella's gonna fit through my tunnel. Well, we know the bridge is elephant-proof. This is a load-bearing bridge. I don't... Oh, no. Oh, no. Zinvella can't visit our property on elephant back. Yeah, that's right. Shake your head. Oh, oh, Steve, get out of the water. They're sitting a full block taller than me. These things are huge. I love watching elephants walk. They're so cute. Alright, here we are down in the slime chunk. Now, the mic audio for this clip was completely lost, so I'm just going to have to try to guess at what I was talking about here. I didn't want to jump straight from, hey, we're working on the road, oh, we met up with another player, to I've finished building platforms for this slime farm. So I wanted to insert something here. As you can see, I've built the collection system using magma blocks and rail and hopper mine carts, and that right there that we're looking at right now is where the iron golems are going to go. I used a mining machine to cut that out, and I only went up as high as you can see that ridge up there because we didn't need to go any higher. That's the highest the slime farm can go. I went and did some research on the Minecraft wiki and figured out how high slimes could spawn in this world. So we're gonna go up to, I think that's Y40, I'm pretty sure. The last block that they can spawn on is like 39 or something. So up there, we're gonna build a roof over the entire farm, and we're gonna run an item collection stream that's going to run right up the middle after we get it up above the roof of this farm. I have left the water in place for now, as you can see, because it's just the most expedient way to get up and down, because cutting this entire chunk from sky to bedrock means that we lost our stairway down from the basement. You can see the unloading stations here. It's the same design that we've used in our vanilla world. And all the redstone is already in place there, and anytime there's anything in the minecart, as you saw in the vanilla world, one of those gates will close and stop the minecart until it can drain into the hopper minecarts that are embedded in slabs. Right here is where we're going to put the dropper that's going to spit out all of the stuff, and right there where I just indicated is where we're going to build the clock that's going to read that something's in the dropper, activate redstone, and make the dropper spit it all out. And it's going to go in a water column right up there. So all that's left to do now is seal this place up and patch all the holes. I am putting up the final layer right now. And I know it's the final layer because according to the Minecraft wiki, slimes can spawn in a slime chunk anywhere below Y40. And I am looking at Y39 if you look over there on the right side middle of the screen. There's our stairway. Look how amazingly perfect that lined up. That was not at all intentional. I had no idea it was going to be like that. And that is roughly where the water column, I don't know if you can see the torch shining through that waterfall right there. Once we get rid of this waterfall, that is going to be roughly where our item conduit is going to be. That's where the water column that brings all the stuff up is going to come around and right to there, because it's far enough above that we have room to work. And if you look down there, you can kind of see from this angle all the layers. Each of these layers is 2.5 blocks tall. As you can see, we've put the slabs on the top half of the third block. And that is because, again, according to the Minecraft wiki, full-size slimes only need 2.5 blocks to spawn in. They need a 3 by 2.5 by 3 spawnable area. So that is the most area that any slime needs to spawn, is 2.5 blocks vertically. And so that's all we need to give them. That's all we're going to give them. It's going to maximize the spawnable area that we can work with. I'm going to have to double check about slimes jumping to their deaths, but I'm pretty sure if they are egged on by the sight of an iron golem, I think they don't give a shit. I think that they will jump straight down. At least that's how I've always seen it in every video of every slime farm I've ever seen. Now I'm going to have to make myself an actual way in and out of here because I need to get rid of this waterfall. It's the last thing preventing me from finishing this, and I need to place a slab in each of these layers all the way down. I need to install all of the iron golems. I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. And then I need to get the whole item delivery system all the way up to the top. And then I need to landscape over this mess. I'm not so much looking forward to that part, because I have to make it look decent again. And then we get to build our amazing structure up there that I'm very excited about showing you. This stairwell actually did work out really, really well. So I'm looking at block Y level 42, which means I'm on the roof of this thing. And if we very carefully peek over the edge, you can see all the layers. I've replaced all of the missing slabs. And we are actually getting, through pure accident, we are getting some slime balls. And it looks like I don't need to worry about that slime falling thing. That guy wasn't even prompted by an iron golem, and he just went. Right now, all of the slime balls are being collected by our collection system, by the carts, the hopper mine carts. But they're all being dumped out into that back area that we made without any kind of collection. They're just being dumped out to despawn because we have literally nothing set up for that. Bubble column was installed nice and easy, and now I'm just going to wait here for a minute and see if any slime balls make their way up. There they are. We have slime balls. I've got the water streams up to here, and these, right before I hit record, these two, well, there we go. I don't need to justify myself. You just saw it happen. Yeah, so we've got them coming around. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to bring a bubble column up, but this seems as good a place as any, honestly. It's on the higher side of the hill, and I think I might bring the water column straight up, and once I get the water up there, once I get the slime balls popping out up there, then I can figure out exactly where to build the structure. If I keep going on this landscaping, it's just going to be nitpicking. I think it's got to be good enough, because I will drive myself crazy. And also, it's probably going to get fucked up at some point because Endermen are out of goddamn control around here. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm going to keep telling myself that until I believe it. I don't hate it. I like it. I do like it. I just, you know me. I'm never happy. I'm never ever going to be happy with it. Here's a slightly better view of it as it relates and as it compares to the rest of the landscape around here. And I think it blends in pretty well. And here's what we did with the top of the hill. I just kind of flattened it off and tried to make it look not so squared off and a little bit natural. I do like that this hill kind of has that cliff overhang sticking out, and I tried to work with that a little bit. That's why I wanted this to still be pretty steep, because I don't want to mess with that. I think that looks great. And this is where all of our slime balls come up. They have been coming up as I've been working. I really enjoy watching that happen. I have to take a quick break to run into town because there is going to be a fishing tournament this weekend, and I have to go sign up for it. It appears I've also received some mail. Crimzone is open. A gift box. I don't know who this is from. There's a new shop coming soon, and we have an awesome crossbow. Somebody sent us a stack of pickles, and the Capuchin has provided free lunch service, which is excellent time because we're running low on pulled pork sandwiches. But I want to know what's in this gift box before we leave. Ooh. Sinvilla sent us this gift box. I'm going to set this gift box over here. I'm going to see if I can figure this thing out. Okay, I'm back. I went to Mr. Crayfish's website, and I found his video about crafting vehicles, and it turns out I was clicking the wrong side of this. You have to click the top of the crate, and it pops open. That is so cool! And I think it doesn't have... Oh my god, I leave my arm hanging out the side. That's fantastic. How do I fuel it? Maybe I should have kept watching the video. Oh! That's awesome. Okay. I'm gonna have to find a new source of fuel. It's right side drive. I was sitting on the passenger seat. This is so cool. Okay, so this thing is not the easiest to maneuver, but I think we'll be alright. I don't know if I'll fit through this tunnel, though. Yeah! Look at us go! Holy shit, we are hauling! Oh, Zinvella, this is amazing. Oh, I'm not gonna, like, ruin anything if I run into it, am I? No, okay, I'll just stop. Well, I think one of our near-future projects is going to be building a gas refinery and a gas station. Because I want to keep this thing fueled up forever. This is so cool. This place is so pretty. Okay, there's 3 categories. I'm going to read the book. This is breaking the immersion a little bit, but 20 March is this weekend. I think I'm several weeks ahead right now. So you may be seeing this well after the fishing tournament is over. Well, we're definitely entering this tournament, and I should double-check with Pride, but it didn't say that you could only enter one tournament. We are entered in the fishing tournament. Sweet. Well, I know what I'm doing on Saturday. This place looks so great. I love the balloons. And it looks like we're going to be out fishing in the rivers, so maybe just right over here or right over there. I should probably have left this in parking, huh? Oh! You can get in the back. I'd say it's a pretty good parking job. In between the lines. Didn't run into the wall. I feel good about that. Don't you spit at me. That's a good parking job. Should we park this in here, you think? Now, this is not a vehicle garage. It's not. I think I'll just leave... I'll leave the vehicle in here for now, where it's safe. And where Steve doesn't have to see it and be angry at us for not riding him somewhere. Well, that was a fun interlude. I'm going to clean up my inventory and get back to work. I still have yet to put the iron golems down in the slime farm. And I've been putting that off till last because I'm not exactly sure how to do it. So I'm probably going to have to get some help from YouTube. I might try it, but I know that it'll be a very costly mistake if I screw it up. So I don't want to take any more chances. We still have kind of a limited supply of iron. But if you walk along the path here with me, you might notice there's a split off to the right now. And that is because if you follow this road up, I have completed the structure that is going to house all of our slime. And I'm purposely not looking yet because I want you to just walk up this path with me and then just take a nice long look up these stairs. This is my new favorite structure in the entire village. This is the steampunk style that I was going for when we first built the house. I am You're ruining this for me. Sir, I'm talking to Josh. Rude. This is exactly the style that I was going for when I built the house. And it's what I failed to deliver on with the house. This place, I'm so happy with this structure. I'm going to try to give you several angles, but it's a little hard because there's some really unfortunate cliffs, and we're still in the middle of a tall birch forest. But I just... I love how this turned out. Turns out we didn't have to build a big windmill up there. We've got one attached to this structure. And this thing provides just an absolute ridiculous amount of power. So if we ever need power for anything, this is where we're going to come to get it. There are a lot of little balconies all over this place, and several of them are just aesthetic because we can't get to them from the inside. This is not a functional living space. This is a building that was made purely to house our slime gains. But I wanted to make it look nice, but we can get around a little bit. I could put scaffolding up and get up there. We can walk out here, and I love these barn doors. Or the, what are they called? Stable doors. I love them. This is such a cool function. This might be my new spot to come and view things when I just want to talk to you and get a big overview. Because look at this. It's gorgeous. So this is the water stream. This is where the slime balls come up. They run along here to this corner. You can see the ice that they slide across over there. And they hit there and they come back here, and there's just a whole bunch of hoppers. I mean, this is just a vanilla storage system with no filtering built in. This wooden crate is all of the slime balls that I collected while I was building this and before I installed the storage system. And we got almost a full crate out of that. And that's one more thing that I think we're going to have to add to Homestead Depot. Here's a bit of a better angle on the building so that you can get more of a sense for how it looks from different angles. This is the best view that I've found. You can see the cogs spinning a little bit over there in the lower left corner. Get a good sense for how tall it is. It sticks up off the ground. I tried to sink the beams into the ground a bit to make them look, at least from this angle, like it's more grounded than just sitting on the surface. And a big tall tower for that huge windmill. We've got different roof angles and lines all over the place. I love this place so much. I'm so happy with it. Now I guess it's time to stop procrastinating and stop kissing my own ass and get down there and install some iron golems so that we can really start producing slime. It's not an amazing view from here because I had to get out of there before I had any slime issues, and I hope you'll forgive me for that. But all of the iron golems are in place. I'm pretty sure I could have done this more efficiently and saved myself quite a bit of iron. This is all of the iron we have left right now. So I may have changed my mind on what our next near future project will be. Alright, buddy, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope that ending didn't feel as abrupt to you as it did to me, but I had to watch it several times while I was editing, and I'm sure I'm my own worst critic in that regard. I didn't want to talk about iron golems anymore. I didn't want to talk about technicalities of a storage system or the layers of a slime farm. I wanted to focus on this structure because, as I already said repeatedly, I am absolutely in love with this structure. It's my favorite building in the town now. It has absolutely supplanted everything else. But who knows, that might change because we've got a lot more property, a lot more real estate to fill here, and anything's possible. But for now, I am just going to stare with big cartoon hearts in my eyes at this building and enjoy the spinning cogs off to the side and the giant windmill that's attached over back there and all these cool little balconies and everything. But I'm sick of tooting my own horn now. So I will talk to you soon, brother. I miss you.